All right, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of Bears Film Room. A little bit later today, Bears beat the Packers round one of the playoffs. One of the most, I've said this a lot this year, one of the most insane games I think I've ever witnessed. There's going to be a lot of tweets. I can't wait to see what Kyle Brandt does. But Fick, I know we're a little bit late. Everyone that's been in the chat, we appreciate you. This is going to be a raw, instant reaction to this, one of the wildest seasons. And then, of course, another number 7 or 8 of the year, game of the years for the Bears. But I guess I'll let you go first, man. How are you feeling? I know it's late by you. Bears Packers.
Man, well, first off, this is the craziest sports weekend, football weekend of my life.
For you?
IU Friday. So I already told you guys on the pregame show, like I was going to be a nervous wreck. Either I was going to be the happiest person on earth or I was going to be just through the blender. And let me tell you, it ended in what a way that this weekend ended, right? So I was, just to give some context, I tell you this, but like one of my friends is a Packers fan, so we go to each other's cribs and watch it. I was at his place and I watched the whole game with them, posted my reaction to Twitter. Like I haven't been that like nervous watching a Bears game in so long because the stakes were so high. It's win or go home. Yeah. And I think it's fair for all of us to be like, you're down 21-3. We all think, not like we haven't given up full hope, but we're like, it's not trending in the right direction, right? Defense isn't really getting stops. Offense can't score in the end zone. But just like in Bears fashion that we've seen all year, they find a way to capitalize in the second half. They always do this. It's like 2 different halves completely, where it's almost they forgot how to play football in the first. And then it's like they play like the Jets in the first half, and in the second half, they play like the Dynasty Patriots. So it's just an interesting season. Obviously, I know we'll get deep into it, but I was all over the place, and I apologize because this was a doozy on the brain. So, but we got the win. I'm super excited. Like, come on, we haven't won a playoff game since 2011. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was 2010, I think, right? Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler. I remember in 2010, and then we haven't beaten the Packers since Pearl Harbor in 1941. So it's been a minute.
Lots changed since then, right? Yes,
for sure. Yeah, I would say so.
I think you nailed this one. The entire first half. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about growth. Okay, I don't know. I didn't see your live game tweets. I'll be honest. I saw one of Jack's, which pissed me off, and I muted him.
I saw that one. I saw that.
You know what I'm talking about. I dunked on him too. I had to. Oh, we deleted it. Actually, I believe.
Oh, did he?
Deleted it. He was talking about. He basically said like it was one of Ben Johnson's like worst games ever. Like, what is he doing? And I was like, are we watching the same game, Jack? Like this Bears defense, credit to them in the second half, lights out, 85 type stuff. It was awesome. But what I'll say is I've grown so much because I didn't fire off any crazy tweets throughout the first 3 quarters. I was disappointed. I think I said that a couple times. Like, it's really embarrassing. You know what? 21-3. I wanted the Bears to have a little bit of fight in them, right? Like, yes. I'm cool if you go down swinging, okay? I'm cool if you lose a game where you just are, going back and forth with the Green Bay Packers. Of course, how this one ended, you came all the way back. And honestly, this is probably the biggest comeback in Bears history, considering that this is a playoff game, round 1 at home against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It was an awesome down 18, 23-6, I think, at the start of the fourth.
Yeah.
Just incredible storybook stuff. And I tweeted this, Vic, and I know we're gonna have all week to talk about it, but why not the Bears, man? Like, I understand you could probably give out a lot of different reasons, right? The defense, inconsistency. This Bears team can't keep not playing until the fourth quarter. Well, brother, like if they do it 3 more times, you're gonna be holding the Lombardi trophy. Like, and Ben, what he said in the locker room, he said, this is number 1, right? And so like they have eyes on the prize. And one of my favorite really comments post game was, if I can bring it up, Vic, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was basically there's 2 things. It was from Caleb. Essentially, he was like, he talked about the noise that the Packers had coming up north. And he said he heard that they wanted us. And so he's like, they wanted us. That's what I heard. They wanted it. And they got it. And then Ben Johnson said something very, very similar. He goes, this is Ben after the game. There was probably a little bit more noise coming out of their building up north to start the week, which we heard loud and clear. Players and coaches, this one meant something to us. And if you saw that post-game handshake with Matt LaFleur.
I'd barely call it that.
Bro, he came If you haven't seen it, go check it out on Twitter. It's pretty hilarious. But I'm going to kind of reel it back in.
They do not like each other. I think that's
they hate each other.
They have to.
But Ben beat him twice. This is number 2.
Which is crazy.
But all in all, like I said, my instant reaction is I'm so proud of this team. Like, win or lose, I had a tweet ready to go where I was like, hey, they came back and they fought. And that's all I really wanted. Like, this team is ahead of schedule, but like, and I think you probably felt this too. Like, we're ahead of schedule, but why not take advantage of this year? Because you're not promised, whether it be regression, whether it be injuries, whether it be whatever it might be. But this team, they have fought through injuries on the defense. Shout out to Kyler Gordon. I know he got picked on, but he's not himself. But that last drive, did he not come through? I think twice.
He did. Jalen Johnson played better. They picked on Jalen in the first half.
It's like they got a little healthier in the second half.
I don't know whatever they juiced him
a little bit more limber. They're running faster. I was like, what is going on? Anyways, just instant reaction. I'm so excited to be a Bears fan. Like, this year has been so many ups and downs, but a lot more up, right, than we're used to. And it's not over, man. Like, we're going to be covering football possibly in February. Like, this team can do it. Like, I think the NFC and AFC is pretty wide open. Yeah, especially when you look at the Rams today against the Panthers. Like, you're telling me the Bears can't go in there and beat the Rams. They almost beat the 49ers. They could beat anybody. And I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but at this point,
anything's possible.
Anything is possible, man. Like, the Bears, like today, they had a lot of things not go right. Like Trevon Dexter on that fumble. He bounced on it and the ball just.
Second one this year. He did that earlier. I think you tweeted about it, remember? And he was like upset on his knees because he tried to get a fumble, but ended up, I think it was Montez, strip sack. Jervon went to go pick it up, didn't get it, and then Montez ended up recovering it. But I'm just like, bro, you got to get there was no one near you. You just got to get that ball.
My guy, he jumped on that thing and it like went underneath his stomach and just flew, man. It was crazy, but come on. Like I said, insane game. I don't know which one I'm going to remember more. Honestly, I might remember that Caleb DJ Moore walk-off because it's just more iconic, if that makes sense.
I think I'll remember that. Man. I think I'll remember that play more, but I think I'm going to remember
maybe not the game
more. Yeah.
Actually, I said that I don't think you can actually remember either without, like, you can't talk about that Packers game without remembering this one now. Like,
well, you can't talk about any Packers game without thinking of the Pat. Like, I'll put the last 5 games because they literally, like, let's go back 2 years ago, game 1.
Yeah.
We game winning field goal for us. It gets blocked. We lose. You're going to remember that. Game 2 in week 18, we win off a Cairo game winning like 53-yarder. And then you have game 1 this year. Caleb Williams throws that interception to Nixon in the end zone. And then you have game 4, right, which we all know about. We just talked about the DJ Moore walk-off onside recovery, touchdown to win it all. And then you literally have this game, the comeback, 23-6 or whatever it was, major comeback, and they find a way to win it. Yeah. Like, these past 2 years, you're going to remember every single one of those games because here's the thing. Not only were all of the games close, literally every single Bears-Packers game of the past 2 years has come down to the final play. There's been no kneels.
It's incredible.
It's never like no victory formations. It's literally
a 5 or 6 game stretch that is probably, if you put them together, the endings, it's just, I don't think we'll ever see it again as far as dating back to 2024 when they walked it off. Or was this 2025? I'm sorry.
They
walked it off in 2025.
Yeah, Santos, that was the last. Yeah, no, so that was week 18, which technically was.
And then I think December of 2024, the Packers blocked Santos.
Blocked it, correct.
Just an
technically we're 3 for 4 against the Packers. Yeah. We've beaten the Packers 3 times in the year 2025, which is crazy. That's probably never been done in Chicago Bears history because they didn't have that many games. So I know you're not playing a team 3 times. It only happens because you have 18 weeks now, but still crazy stuff.
Jack, you're here, sir. How you doing?
Jesus, I'm dying. Sorry.
I'm not sounding great here, boys, but I'm not being dramatic when I say it. This team is fucking destined for a Super Bowl win. I mean, truly, like, there's not a single person that is a Bears fan that thought we were winning this game at halftime. Not a single one. Yet, we still did it. Caleb Williams is so him. I can't even believe it. I was talking to a buddy. I'm like, after this game, we don't even need a divisional conference Super Bowl. We don't need that. Sign this guy to a Supermax right now. He is him. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, it was just this year is so different. This was the hardest one, I think. Even if they were one of the lower seeds we'll face for the rest of the season, the baggage that comes with this game is unlike anything we'll ever play. The Rams can be as good as they are. The Seahawks can be good as they are. The 49ers can be as good as they are. The Eagles, whatever. Nothing carries as much as the Packers, and we beat them in our house. We finished 2-1 on them. Dude, like, I am just saying, like, it is quite simply the greatest season that I've been alive. 23 years. I'm 23 years, best season I've ever had in my whole life. And how lucky are we that we get to sit there and watch Caleb Williams for what, 15, 20 years down the road, man. I mean, truly, like, it is so awesome. What a game. The defense stepped up in the second half. The offense, it was frustrating to me. Quick timeout. Because I tweeted and Davey kind of came at me, which is fair. It was valid because it was a crash out. It's all it was. It was a crash out. I'm a human being. I crash out.
Hey, did you delete that tweet? I try to find it.
No.
Oh, it's still there?
I'm keeping it there. Seats stay. It's who I am. It's who I am. But I sat there and I blamed Ben Johnson for going for it, which I'm going to say real quick. Going for it on your own 35 in the second quarter is nuts. Your defense can be as bad. There's worse defenses in the NFL. They still punt. But to be fair, Dave, you locked me in check, brother. That's why we're good friends, because he sat there, he kept me in check, and he was like, dude, you're going to blame on a defense that's letting up 10 yards per play. Valid. It was a rough game. Defense clocked in. The offense still only had 3 points. It was the offense's fault just as much as the defense.
Yes.
But, dude, again, I'll wrap this up. I just wanted to say, like, how awesome is it to be a Chicago's Bears fan today? Like, truly, like, it is so special. It's awesome that we get to share it on this podcast today with the 2,000 people right now. It's awesome, man.
Also, can we remember this moment? And I'll just be quick. This is the first time. This is a post-game win pod. This is history for the Bears Filmer Podcast.
First playoff win.
First playoff game, first playoff
first
win.
Playoff ever.
Yeah, that's also true. Right. We don't get many of them, but yeah, this is definitely a magical moment. So we got to soak in that. But go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
So three things actually. So there's a comment here from Tito. It's a super chat. I want to give him some love there.
Okay.
$2 from Tito. Oh my God, dude, Super Bowl, here we come. Or here we come. Totally read through. Thank you so much for the $2. There's another one though. After Tito's, it goes, Kyle Brandt is going to roast Jack. We had Kyle Brandt on the show training camp, I think 2 years ago. I cannot wait to see what he digs up on Bears fans on Monday. Because
where do you see that comment at? Sorry, I want to pull it up.
It's right here.
Oh, right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I totally agree. And that's why I was really, really safe. I was really, really safe because I'm not trying to be on that show again. I
had one, but it wasn't too bad. It was basically something like your 2025 Chicago Bears. But I was like you, Dave. I learned my lesson. You know what I mean? I think Kyle Brandt got us once, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to go full out. But it's still like, I kind of agree with Jack in a way where going into the game, I felt really confident. I actually was like, we can beat this team. I haven't felt that way about a Bears-Packers game in a long time, okay? Probably by the first quarter, all of that confidence, let's just say like out of 100, I was at like a good 95. That shit dropped all the way down to maybe like 15, okay? So, and by halftime, I'm telling Mike, because again, I'm watching a Packers fan. I'm like, yeah, it's Joe over, right? And he's like, no, because we see what you guys have done in the past, literally the last game. And I'm like, dog, we can't stop anything. They went 3 for 3 on drives for touchdowns. So I was kind of with Jack. I feel like most people didn't really think. But once the game got within one possession, my confidence jumped all the way back up again. Because I go, you're going into the fourth quarter. It's a one-score game. We've seen what this team does in the fourth quarter. They're unstoppable. I don't know why they can't do that for the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, at least the offense goes nuclear, and they did that. So just crazy stuff, man. I don't know if we'll ever see a Bears-Packers game like that again, but go ahead, Dave.
Oh, we will, and that's because of Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, and this team. You guys are saying it perfectly. I want to kind of give a shout out to oh my goodness, linebacker that came in when TJ went down.
DeMarco.
DeMarco Jackson. I know he was special teams, I think, of the week twice, or special teams player of the month, or not special teams, defensive player of the week, or was
he
it
got
defensive player?
He got week of one of the games
week?
When he came in when he started. Twice. Yeah.
Because he just had a fantastic game. He came in, obviously, TJ's out for the season. And I hate to see that, but man, he's something special, right? Like just to come in, cold turkey and play so well. And he is a little bit faster. I know TJ's dealing with injury too, so I'm not going to read too much into it, but I want to give more praise to DeMarco. I mean, it's incredible. Tremaine too. He had that one play, I think it was on Watson at the end of the game, where I thought they're going to perhaps call pass interference, but he never turned his head around. So that's why I was worried. And it ended up being I think it was a pass breakup, I believe. Anyways, all in all, Jack, going way back to your first comment here, I think this is something I want to focus on. The Bears, they kind of exercised a demon here. Like they beat the Packers not once, but twice in the season, and they did it in the playoffs. And you said this is the hardest hurdle to get over. And I think you're right, because it's Green Bay. The emotions were high. Shout out to this team being really, really disciplined. Like, I don't think they had any unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. I think they had a false start once.
One false start. Thankfully, don't pass that. That false start saved us. That was a fourth down. That's the Caleb Williams crazy fourth down. And that snap was awful because he was trying to catch his balance. So that penalty saved the game.
I don't think they should have called it. He was the fact that he just stood there, like he moved a little bit, and then he was just like a froze. I could not believe how that takes talent.
Thank you. That would have ended the game. That was the fourth down. That was literally that fourth down play where Caleb went, magician mode and threw that crazy ball to Rome. Yeah,
but I say that with and there's a lot of like plays that we can talk about, like with Caleb, that one throw he had, it was 4th and 8 to Colston Loveland for the first down, or was it to Rome? Yeah, I think he had 2 of the best throws I've ever seen him make this season. And just when you talk about the circumstances, but you beat the Packers. Now it's like you're already playing with house money, but now it's like the confidence that this team must have. And you look at the good, better, best that just came out video from the Bears. You look at Rome knocking Ben Johnson on the ground after the celebration, after the Bears win. Like they're on the sideline, and Rome just knocks him, and he's falling. Then you get the confidence from Caleb, and that's what I want to point out too. Is like throughout this game, like I think we're all pretty pissed off, and I love that Caleb Williams was too, but he did it in a way that like Cutler never did. Justin Fields, he kind of was really down on himself. You could see that it was like caught, like his confidence, it wavered. You could tell. Even with like Grossman, like there was just moments with Caleb, you never truly see him get down. Like he gets pissed off, which I love. He yelled at Luther Burden on that first interception. I mean, he went.
Well, that was his fault. That was his fault.
He didn't know the play.
He was supposed to run an in route, right? You watch that play back; it looked horrible. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what I love is that Caleb he's just built different. And you hear that cliche, but it's like, no, you get the Iceman nickname, but I believe he's truly one of the most like calm, confident quarterbacks I've ever seen play in Chicago. Like it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if you're down 21-3. It doesn't matter if you're up 7. Like he's the same guy, and he's a killer, man. And it's really fun. And I think Ben is the same way. And that's why, Jack, when you talked about him going for it on 4th, last week in Detroit, right? We all thought he should have probably went for it, and he didn't. And that was late in the 4th game, and he kind of regretted it. He talked about it. You saw it on the sideline. He mouthed it. Today, he went probably above that. I agree, Jack. Maybe he was a little too 4th down happy.
1 for 7.
But it doesn't.
You're all 30, which is crazy.
What I love, though, is they don't change. No matter the results. They believe in themselves. Okay, we haven't got a 4th down in 4 straight times. The Packers have stopped us. We're going to do it again. And they just it's impressive, the confidence that the quarterback and the head coach have, and it's like it marinates to everybody else. Like everyone had, from the long snapper to the linebackers to the running backs, everyone has that mentality where it's like it doesn't matter what happened last play, we're gonna get it here. We're gonna continue to fight. And one thing I loved is back in training camp, Ben Johnson. It came out that he had a basically the Atlanta Falcons and Patriots game. Where they were down 28-3. He showed that scenario. Joe Tooney, who was a part of that game, and then Grady Jarrett also was a part of that game.
On the other side, yeah.
They talked about it and what it was like, how they did it. And I'm not saying, did that play a part today? I don't know. But I love that they had that conversation at training camp. And that's just those little things. And then the mentality that the head coach and the quarterback have, we have just never seen it. And it's truly, truly, I think it's a new chapter. Like we talk about like, oh, new era. Like, no, this win against Green Bay, like you turned a page, not just in Bears franchise history, not in just the Bears-Packers rivalry, right? Like I feel like finally that's turned like in the Bears' favor, finally, maybe at least for this year. But the Bears as a franchise are just, they've come into like the 21st century. And it just, we've seen it all season, but now it's finally came to like the peak where now it's like, what if they go win the Super Bowl, man, in year one?
Well, I'll say this. I want to be a negative Nancy because this is a fantastic game. I'm super positive right now, but if you continue the trend of not being able to start games, you're not getting there. I'm sorry. This was a very great valiant effort. And though people say, this isn't a repeatable formula, it's not. The Bears have done it like 7 times. But there is going to be a point where when you are down 21 or down 15, whatever it is, it's going to be hard to climb your way out of. So I love the 4th down, like going for it. But the execution today, there was like, I counted maybe 5 plays where people were like not doing their assignment, not knowing what they were doing, you know what I mean, on offense and defense. You can't have that. Like that's why they went 1 for 7. They have not been that bad of a 4th down team, but there were literally miscues, especially in the first half on both sides of the ball throughout. So they have to make, and maybe that was the, being amped up for this game, biggest game, for some of these guys' career, right? But hopefully, since they've kind of gotten over that hurdle of, beating your big brother, the Packers, all of that stuff, the narrative they've dealt with, I'm hoping that next week, whoever they face, they'll probably come out a little bit more prepared. So that's like the one thing I was taking away from this game that what could hold them back was just their actual mental miscues,
I think there was a comment here. I think playing the Packers is just like I said, it's a demon where it's like the Bears, sometimes it just, when things go wrong, they go wrong against this team. Slow starts, they happen against the Packers. It's just part of that formula. But I think you're right, Vic. But another thing I wanted to kind of point out, I got a DM here from
sorry, before you do that, we do have a super chat that came in, so I want to give a shout out to that real quick.
Sure.
We had another one come in, so yeah. Thank you, Patrick. Does I even say anything? I'm sorry, but here's Patrick Randolph 5836 on YouTube. $5. Appreciate it. And then we have another one here, Cheese in the Bear Pod. Brennan over there, appreciate it. I'm sure your pod this week's going to be fantastic.
Hey, thank you.
Rub that in, please, with the $2 super chat there. And then Tricky Hickey with the I love that name. It's funny. Tricky Hickey on YouTube with a $5 super chat says, I don't even care about the Super Bowl right now. So, well, I mean, this kind of in this moment, that was the biggest one we've ever get. But if we get to the Super Bowl, I'll top this, but no question. But thank you so much for all of the super chats. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Keep them coming. We appreciate it. Or you don't even have to send them in. If you just want to keep the comments going, hit that like button on YouTube. I love how I said there's a $5 super chat with no comments. And I was just like, it's for my takes. And you guys didn't say a word. Nothing. Jack just looked at me. Hey, sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. You just got to keep swinging sometimes.
To be honest, I kind of forgot that you even said I get so caught up in trying to read what's there. So all good.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate all these comments are great. I love watching them back. Like as far as just you guys, and they all have so many different. That's what I love about this community we're building. Like there's so many different takes. Some people are saying Super Bowl. Some are saying I'm not even thinking about it. And then we got a Ozzie Trapillo, season ending, career ending injury, which I don't think it's career ending.
That's interesting.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's so lopsided going back and forth with these
the duality
these
of
chats.
being a Bears fan. Yeah.
But I want to talk about George McCaskey. We talked about we I think he's a really, really good owner. One thing we talked about, like in the Bengals game where he was in the tunnel and he was like a fan, right? He was so stoked that the Bears had walked it off, beat the Bengals. But then today, the broadcast caught him running down the tunnel with TJ Edwards going to the locker room. Of course, this season's over. But to have your owner put on his track shoes, start running to TJ, bring him his helmet, like the culture from the top bottom. And I know we give Kevin Warren a hard time about the stadium, but it's like, everybody here has done their part to change this culture, including McCaskey or George McCaskey. I just think it's super cool to see things like that from the Chicago Bears, where there so many times the Bears do so much, like they do a lot of wrong things, right? Optics look bad, especially over the last probably 5 years throughout the entire Justin Fields era, it was almost like a laughing stock. Now it's like players are going to see that, right? Free agents are going to see the owner running to TJ Edwards. Like, it's those little things that matter in games like this. Of course, winning helps. We talk about,
I was about to say, yeah, that's
winning helps, right? You win this, you lose this game, probably not going to talk about it as much, even though you probably should. But when you win and you do little things like this, and he doesn't know the camera's there, like he has no idea. And I just love that little piece. And shout out to Flip the Script on Twitter. He was like, "Hey, can we talk about this?" And I think that he's totally right, because it's those things that you just love to see it.
By the way, we lost another one to the end of the for the season. Ian Rappaport confirmed, saying another bad injury for the Bears. Starting left tackle Ozzie Trapillo suffered a patellar injury and is out for the season, Coach Ben Johnson said. So TJ Edwards, Ozzie out, which isn't great. Look, we got to win. We'll take it, but
yeah.
Hey, I want to. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, there we go. Domain expansion with the $20 super.
Appreciate it. Cheese grater.
I don't know if you guys have seen that clip of Caleb, DJ, and Colston on the Prime Video broadcast.
Yeah,
you got the cheese. You got Caleb just going.
That shit was funny. I'm sorry, I had to repeat it. That shit was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, that shit was.
This is not the first time that we saw Caleb be. We talked about it a little bit, but like be so aggressive with the team. Like, it's very much like we've always seen him like be on the bench and be frustrated, but we've never seen him kind of hold other people accountable, if that makes sense. Like, to me, it was very much like, okay, this is different. Like, obviously it is, because it's playoff football and it's like his first playoff game as a pro. But to me, it was not surprising, but interesting, I guess, for lack of a better term, to see him. Because like Jordan, every time they cut to Jordan, he kind of had the coat on and he was standing there, chill, whatever. And like they still fucked up too. But like with Caleb, it was always like every time it was cutting back to him, like kind of in a huddle, or if he's yelling at Luther, like whoever it is. And I think it's so important being a leader, because he has respect of all these guys, to where no matter what he says, it's out of respect. And it's that he knows that they can do better, kind of thing. And I thought that was pretty cool to see throughout the entire game, not just one play.
It reminds me of how Tom Brady acts on the sideline. And I'm not comparing, right? I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but you look at Tom Brady in his prime when people effed up, that dude would rip people to shreds on the sideline, right? Obviously, with credibility and credentials over time, you can start to do that a little more. But I think that was the first time. He has that.
But does Caleb not? He's already building that.
He's building that. I'm saying definitely he's getting more of that. And that's probably why we saw it for the first time now. But you got to.
Well, it's also why it works too, Fick and Jack. Like him yelling at Luther, that wouldn't go over well if Caleb wasn't a dude. If he did not hold himself to that standard, if he did not perform when it matters most, if he did not just deliver time and time again, it would fall on deaf ears. And then on top of that, it would probably create a rift, right? If we're not winning, if he doesn't have that credibility like you talked about, Vic. But the fact that he does, it just, when you have a guy like that, you talked about Tom Brady, like that comes to my mind too. But he also does it in a way where it's like, you know how like you kind of point the finger. It's like, Luther, you did that. It's your fault, right? He doesn't really do that. Like on the broadcast, I think it said do your job. Like he's yelling at Luther, do your job, right? Like, and Ben, that's like kind of like the mantra almost. It's like every from the right tackle, left tackle, center, running back, Caleb, the receivers, tight ends, you have to do your job. And I just love the fact that he does it. He calls people out in a way that is not like negative, if that makes sense, because you can easily do that where it's like, it's about Caleb, it's about me, like, and all of that. And it can kind of derail a locker room, and maybe winning helps, right, Fick and Jack? Like, I think that's probably the case. But this season right here and everything that they're going through it's going to allow different players that come through Chicago, because like in 5 years now, Caleb should still be the quarterback franchise guy. But there's going to be players that come through and they're going to see that through year after year, where Caleb is the same guy, where there's high expectations, not just from Caleb, but from the coaching staff. Ben Johnson, he's not going anywhere. It's just impressive to see the way that he can lead in such a delicate way. So what do we got here? What's coming
Sorry,
on?
I was going to pull. I saw a comment. Sorry, I was trying to share the screen because I know you don't have your side screen right now, but people want to see the post-game video. So I was going to do that after. Try to do it in the background, but I obviously did it while you were talking. But you mind if we play that? I feel like that'd be good,
it.
right? Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to.
And for our Apple Podcast listeners, this is going to be the good, better, best video playoff edition. I can't wait to watch it.
Okay,
before we do, though, hit that like button if you're on YouTube.
Let me know if you can hear the sound on this.
Hell yeah!
You go into the tournament coming off of 2 losses, man. You go into the tournament off of 2 losses. You look up at halftime in this game, and it's 21-3.
No panic.
No panic. None of it built for pressure. That's you guys. And that's the first one. That's the first one. All right? That's what we had to do. All right? Now I got 3 game balls here. First one, all right, we had 8 catches, 130 plus yards.
So thankful, and to be here, and for all you guys, I'm proud of everyone here. But that's we got to keep this thing rolling. Let's enjoy the out of this.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hey, defense, that a way to step it up there in the second half. Right? That a way to step it up. One guy caught my eye, and it might not show up on the stat sheet, but he was around that quarterback the entire second half. Montez Sweat!
It's just a credit to everybody in this room, bro. I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here without y'all.
Tell you what, man. 4th and 10. I don't think either one of his feet was on the ground when he threw this ball. But it's just straight ice.
I said last night, you make your money in the regular season, but in the postseason, legacy, your name, everything, and so that's us. That's us. It's not me. I'm not, obviously, game ball or whatever. That's us. Us. I want to keep going. We have to get better. All right. We have to start. We have to be on the details. We have to execute. Pin all of that to be able to get where we want to go. And I want to be here. I want to do this with y'all. Yes, sir. So it starts tomorrow. It starts the next day.
Let's go, bro.
Hey! 15 years, they said. It's the haven't beaten Green Bay or whatever since whatever, right?
Talk heavy.
Look at this guy right here. First playoff win. Everything he's done for us as a coach, everything the other coaches have done for us. And it started with him, with bringing in everybody and all of that, right? And for me personally, he's been getting emotional. For me personally, he's been monumental in my life so far.
Yeah.
And And so to his first playoff win as a Chicago Bear.
You make sure when you talk to the media, you talk to them how this crowd tonight made a difference. Yes. They made a difference, all right? Man, I'm so proud of you guys. To do what you just did, I said it at halftime, right? This is one that you'll never forget. Yes, sir. This is one you'll never forget, all right? Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Come on, good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. You better get better. You better get better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Caleb's part. Wow. Caleb Williams' part. That is very
That gets here a little
impressive.
bit, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
little bit.
the man. I'm at a loss for words. That was incredible. Like watching that live, it was really cool with you guys. But to see Caleb give Ben his flowers in real time, you just don't see that a lot in life, like in all walks. Like, but to be able to see that, and you talk about like the narrative coming out of the draft, right, with Caleb Williams. Like, I'm not gonna say what was said, but the media really put him in a bad light, a bad optic, and he could not be further from the truth. Or it could not be further from the truth of what he is as a player. And you talk about in college, right, with his, shared that moment with his mom on the sideline today, getting emotional, about what Ben Johnson has meant for him in his career in just year one, by the way, which is not even over. This thing is still going. But for him to be that vulnerable, but at the same time have that fire on the sideline where he's yelling, getting into Luther Burden about obviously that interception that happened. He knows when to push. And he knows when and to kind of just push those buttons correctly. And that right there is a moment. I don't know how you guys feel like that is incredible stuff.
That was cinema. You know the meme? That was pure cinema right there. That was beautifully put. It's great to see. Look, we talked about going into the season. We've said ad nauseum, but it's important. The two things you have to figure out and get checked was Ben Johnson going to be a leader of men, and was Caleb Williams going to be your future quarterback? But they had to be on the same page. We did not know how that was going to be. We knew that they were both talented in their areas, their respected areas, but we did not know how the mesh would work. And it's worked pretty fucking fantastic. And because it's worked, the magnitude of getting both of those right and what that can do for a franchise is life-changing. You can look at the history of the NFL. You see it all the time. You get a great head coach paired with a great quarterback. You can, not saying this is going to happen, you get a dynasty like the Patriots. You get a great head coach. You get a great quarterback. You get the dynasty like the Chiefs, right? If you want to have a team like that, those have to be the first two, and they have to be aligned and actually want the best for each other. And we're starting to see that there. He got emotional because I think we forget, or we try to forget, and I don't even blame you, how much of a shit show it was last year. You talked about the narratives coming into the draft, the narratives during the season, right? This kid was beat down left and right. Did he play perfect? No, but it was definitely not a healthy environment, I would say, for Caleb Williams. Not speaking on him, but I'm sure he would probably agree. This year, that has completely been changed. Now, he had to come. It wasn't easy. Ben Johnson had to come in there, kind of strip things away, break them down, throw a lot at his plate, but you can now see the fruit of the labor coming later into the season. Ben Johnson said they want to play their best football in December and January, and that's what we're starting to see. And we're starting to see the confidence and growth of those two together, and that's what makes us most excited, because you know that can last for a long time. Not promised, but it gives you hope.
I think you're right, and there's a comment here from Jonathan on Twitter. He goes, "Caleb getting emotional got me emotional too." And I think that's the beauty of sports, man. It's like this team, obviously we love the Bears. It's kind of been difficult being a Bears fan. At least I think we're all relatively like same age. Like there just hasn't been a lot of success. I see a comment here from, I think, Shirley Knight on Facebook. Again, I love that we have all these platforms that people are watching on. So appreciate that. But she goes, "This feels like 1985 did." And of course we weren't alive. I don't know exactly what that looked like. I know the defense was dominant, so I'm not sure what Shirley, like I said, she watched it, but like to get those vibes is that not incredible for year one with Caleb and Ben Johnson? And so we just got to enjoy this thing. Like nothing is promised. Tomorrow's not promised. This next year, we don't know how this translates. Vic, you always talk about the Commanders, right? Yep. You got to strike when the iron's hot. And right now, this Bears team, one of the biggest takeaways is this defense, what they did in the second half. That can win you a playoff game. It did today, right? What if they do it again next week, and then the offense starts firing at all cylinders? Like this team can be dangerous because what they did against, first of all, the Packers were fully loaded, the healthiest they had been on offense all year. And we saw that in the first half. 21 points, looked unstoppable, right? Gosh, man, defense, I don't know why we're doing it so much, but we also couldn't really stop in zone. So for me, it was incredible to see what this defense did in the second half. And it gives me a lot of – I feel very encouraged about what this Bears team might actually be able to do next week. We don't know who the opponent's going to be, but, man, to stop an offense that is loaded like the Packers and limit them to, 7 points
in the second half?
Mm-hmm. It's incredible. And then shout out to Santos. We talk about him. He didn't miss an extra point. That ended up costing the Packers. Instead of going for, they probably would have got in field goal range, right? If they make that extra point, they're going for field goal. It's probably going overtime.
He also missed the field goal too, but also
missed the field goal.
Karma. I think Jack, you had that tweet, so I love that one. But karma paid its dues.
Happens, dude.
Paid its dues there. So you guys can look into that. You can Google that, but that was a good one. Oh, yeah. This is from Summer Lewis, which is my girlfriend. So cheers to historic football weekend. So $10. Appreciate that. She's literally in the other room, probably
back in the
this
show.
And she can literally hear the show live, but we'll take it.
That's your $10, Vic.
Yeah, nice, Vic.
Just kidding. I didn't say that. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, it'd be funny if she used her credit card.
That would be funny.
$100 super
That'd be
chat.
hilarious. Yeah.
Shout out to Summer though. She's up watching this one. It's late too.
Oh, she was she was like, this was like a weekend where I felt like a Bears fan. Like she really was in it. And I'm like, that's great. This is the best game that you probably could have experienced.
I had family watching this one, kiddos. Like it was just an incredible experience to kind of share with everybody. And of course, I see all, I'm sure you guys have friends. I have friends like in the chat too with this one.
Yeah.
Like it's fun.
One
of the craziest stories is my friend Isaiah. He, not even a Bears fan, but he started watching the pods, right? And he started watching the Bears games, and he's been betting a little bit on them. But now I think he texted me about a couple weeks ago. I think it was after the DJ Moore touchdown. He goes, man, I think I'm a Bears fan. Like I care a lot about this team. And I'm like, it's funny. Like
good time.
That's what this is what the Bears players and this culture, like it's really fun to be a Bears fan, not just for people in Chicago that grew up around this team or if wherever you are and however you became a fan. But it's like now it's kind of cool to be a Bears fan. It's cool to root for Caleb Williams. And that is something I don't think we've ever had. Outside maybe 1985 and Jim McMahon and that team. So
I want to say this is very similar to how IU football is right now because people love underdogs. The Bears, IU, whatever it is, you haven't been good for I hope so, but you haven't.
They will.
You haven't been good for a long time. And people like to rally about the Cinderella. We like March Madness. That's why people love March Madness, because when a 16 seed upsets a 1 seed, people are like, oh my gosh, can they do something that's historic and unconventional? So, Jack, I want to know how you feel. Like, do you feel that what this season has done for the Bears is like going to change the narrative of what typically has been about this team?
Yeah, I think like as a fan perspective, like for sure. Like what Dave just said, like people grow on it. I mentioned it 3 shows ago. I said my buddy who's a Broncos fan was like, even just small things like being like, oh, Luther Burden's the seal of the draft. Like, I can't believe you have him. He's going to be a star. Like we haven't had that up to this point. So from like a fan perspective, absolutely. Like we got Isaiah on our side now. Like, like we're getting people all over the country that are on our side. From a player perspective, and Dave talked about it, they watch this shit, like they watch Ben Johnson in the locker room. They watch what Caleb says, that our quarterback is getting emotional talking about his head coach. Like that shit matters, dude. And so when it comes down to those big signings, and you're going to get big names, especially like defensive line, which is important, linebackers, if TJ's out for a while, like, these things matter. So from a player's perspective too, the culture change is huge, man. Like it really is. And we won't understand it until we watch free agency go down. Because who the fuck, like truly, and horrible move by me to bring it up, but like during the Eberflus, Justin Fields era, no one gave a fuck. Like who would want to be here and be like, oh, I can't wait to see who our top 5 pick is. Like no one cared. Now it's like, okay, we are going to a divisional playoff game in the first year of this regimen. I want to join this and I want to be there for the ride for the next 4 or 5 years. Let me go with this. Let's win some rings, So in total, like the culture change is so valid and we're going to see it next year for sure.
I think that's definitely a fair point. It is now becoming, and again, this helps because your head coach and quarterback are good, but it's becoming an attractive place where people would want to go. So I think that will help. Though we don't have much cap space next year, so we'll see how that works. But the following season,
that will be interesting.
Definitely will be a good one. But yeah, man, it's like it's just I don't know. This season's just been so surreal. It's very hard to believe. Like we all predicted going in 9-8. Or like, I think Jack, you maybe had a little bit more wins. Maybe you had like 10 or so, but I don't think any of us thought they would. Well, at least how they got their wins would be seven.
Yeah,
they've played 9 games where it's come down to the last drive, and they've won 7 of them. So the two crazy things there is, first off, you played 9 games that came down to the wire. That's already unheard of. That's literally half your season, right? That's crazy. And then not only that, you've won like 80% of them. What are we talking about? And that's why Caleb Williams broke a franchise record, well, NFL record again, his own record, which he set earlier this season, of 7 comeback wins. Like this season has just been absurd.
It's kind of crazy too. Do you guys know how many points the Bears scored in that fourth quarter to win this game? Just like real quick.
I'm going to say, I'm trying to do math in my head. 17? No. 20.
They scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. That's a 25-point fourth quarter. It's
and they didn't give up a touchdown, right? It was 25-0. Like
no, they did give
the Packers
up a touchdown.
In the fourth.
Remember, like the game was almost over because they went down,
right.
And it was like a gut punch because the defense had gotten 3 or 4 straight
stops. You're right.
3 or 4 stops, and it was like, oh, can they get one more? And then it was almost like and I'll be honest, I was like, okay, this game's not over. Like, and when they scored, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a lot. There's 5 minutes left. Now this is gonna be really tough because now you gotta score twice essentially with getting a stop. And the Bears did though, but I can't believe that 25 points by Bears offense was like typically was like, oh, that's incredible. No,
not 25.
They put it up.
No, I know, but the fourth quarter,
But we used to pray for times like where we scored 25 points in a full game, or in a 2-week span. I'll take that.
It looked like we weren't going to get 10 this game, and I was like, yo, I'll take that. That's crazy. 25 is wild, though.
25
is crazy.
But gosh, you're right, Vic. It's not. I say it's not sustainable, but it.
I mean,
this year they're proving us a little wrong, but
it shouldn't be sustainable.
Year one of Ben. I think we'll get to a point, hopefully, where we're blowing out teams a little bit more. Like that would be a little bit like God in year 2 of Ben Johnson and Caleb. Can we get like 4 wins where it's like it's a nice, easy coasting win, right? But that's also, I guess, life in the NFC North.
There's a good comment here from Gage. We do have to go to a timeout here after this, but Ben icing the kicker was awesome. Kind of crazy. Ben. The irony in that. First off, thank you, Patreon member Gage. Shout out to you. It's kind of interesting in the irony of that because the last playoff game, a certain kicker got iced and missed the field goal. It hit the left pole, bounced and hit the bottom pole, and then bounced out. So it maybe times are truly changing because for once it worked in our favor. Now, obviously, it wasn't the last play of the game, but it basically gave us the chance to win it because they would have went up 6. Now, we could have marched down and got 7 either way, like we did. We'd been up 1, but still, I totally forgot about that because I was worried about like the last drive. But yeah, that was actually a huge play. So yeah, good stuff, Gage. Thanks for sharing there. All right, let's get to our first time out. Excuse me. We do have a bunch of voicemails. I can't wait to see what those are about. So if you want to try to get a voicemail in quick, if you're still up wherever you're at, go ahead. You can leave a voicemail, speakpipe.com/.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the voicemails. We better start those now so we can actually get some.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them. Yeah.
Love you guys. I love this community, man.
Let's get to our first time out here.
First off, thank you for watching the BFR Podcast, the #1 show for the fans by the fans. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe as it just helps our show grow and helps the algorithm get this show out to other awesome, amazing Bear fans like y'all as we're trying to grow this community. If this is your first time, also leave a hashtag New Face Gang in the chat. That's hashtag New Face Gang in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out before the end of the show. And if this is not your first time, this is your second time, you watched over 100 episodes or anything in between, then you are a true OG, and we want to show you some love as well. So please leave a hashtag OG in the chat, and we'll make sure to give you a shout out before the end of the show. Thank y'all for all the support for the number one show for the fans, by the fans, the BFR Podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Absolutely. Please go ahead, fire them away. The OGs. I know there's already like 15 or so in there. If this is your first time watching, first off, welcome to the Bears Film Room Podcast. Number one show for the fans, but leave a New Face Gang in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out. All right.
Real quick.
Yes, please.
It is 12:45 Central Time, 1:45 Eastern your time.
Yes.
We still have 4,500 people in this chat. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Shout out to y'all. No, that's a great shout out because the community is fucking fantastic. Cool. I love it. And this is what we've always wanted. Dave and I talked about this when we even starting the podcast, like way back, was like, man, if we could cover this team when it's good, we could really start to build something awesome here. And we're starting to see that. So first off, thank y'all for being a part of that. But we're just excited because we want y'all to experience it too. Because again, we're fans like y'all, and I think this is what we deserve. You know what I mean? Like we've waited so long for just like competent football, and I think we're finally getting it. So shout out to all of y'all, even some of you that are older than us in here, because I know we got Patreon members older than me for sure, and I'm the oldest one of the group. I know you've been waiting even longer, so I'm just excited for all of y'all because y'all definitely deserve it. So I appreciate that.
One more quick one. I don't think we got to this one.
Oh, no, we didn't. Thank you. Great job, Jack. So this from Patrick, who sent one in earlier, $5 super chat. He said, great coverage, guys. This was my first super chat. Here's another $5. Thank you for that. The first was for your takes, Dave. The money is for your defib fund. So, yeah, we probably need that because I feel like I was having cardiac arrest.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hilarious.
Let's go ahead and let's get to some of these voicemails. Before we do, like Jack said, a lot of people watching on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. If you can, hit that like button on YouTube. Subscribe, tell a Bears fan. Season's not done yet, but now we're going to get to our voicemails. Again, you can do the same. We tweet it out every single game. It's also on our overlay here, speakpipe.com/the BFR podcast. You can hear your voice on the pod. We play them all. For the most part, I don't think we've ever cut off a voicemail. Maybe one time.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. There might have been one time Phil was getting a little out of hand. And
yeah, for sure. We're about to get one of those. Yeah. He's got one today, so we'll see how that is. That's going to be fun. But yeah, we appreciate it. And also shout out to y'all because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 21 voicemails. That is a record for us. Awesome. Yeah. Like, you guys are great. This is what we love. So I'm so excited.
Just keep a heads up. Follow the pod on all socials, but really Twitter. You can follow Jack, Ficky, and I as well. But we've been sending a lot of Bears fans to Bears games this year. It's something we've been wanting to do. We just sent two to the Bears Packers game, which was insane. We sent another one, I think, to the Bears Packers where DJ Moore caught the walk off. And so we are going to do our best here to get some tickets for next week. 2 tickets for the Bears and whoever they play at home in Chicago. We're going to see what we can do here. They're going to be pricey because it was already expensive.
Well, they were pricey for the last one. Yeah, for sure. So, but again, definitely worth it. So thank you.
Yes. So keep an eye out for that. Hit that like button, subscribe, and of course, follow on all socials so you can kind of be notified for that raffle, for that giveaway. So, but again, the support's been insane. I'm ready to hear these voicemails. What about you boys?
Yeah, I think so. This is going to be a fun one. We got quite a bit. So let's, Jack, if you don't mind, kick it off with Chad here. Let's see what Chad's got to say.
I was having a hard time trying to believe when my dad said we had him right where we want him at halftime, and they pulled off the comeback in team history. And I don't care what happens the rest of this postseason. No matter what happens, this means the world. Bear down.
Yeah, I love it. Real quick, I know that people are like, this is our Super Bowl, and I'm kind of like, I'm not even mad by that. Yeah, this was like one of the craziest games.
Well, I agree, Fick, and I want to get to these voicemails, but
yeah, of course,
if you lose to the Packers here, this entire season, albeit it was great, and maybe in June we'll be like, wow, looking back, what a fun. We can kind of take it in and for what it was worth. But if you lose to the Packers today, or yesterday, it just dampens. It's like watching a really good movie and it's a shitty ending. It's like it kind of ruins it for you.
Perfect.
And so
That's
for
great.
this, the fact that it did not happen is huge because now if we lose next week, don't fucking matter. We beat the Packers. We're already a year ahead of schedule, but of course, I would love to see this team see what they can do, take advantage of what's in front of you. And I think the Bears, you saw that in the post game locker room speech. Every single player in there knows the job's not finished. So I'm still. I don't want to keep going here. I want to get some voicemails, but that's what I'm seeing.
I know, but I think that's fair. I
That
wouldn't call that out.
That was such a bar. You have no idea. That was a bar.
Oh,
Are you
thank
talking
you,
about the movie?
Yeah,
The
that was
movie?
dope. That was dope.
That's why you got
Hey,
a $5
12
super chat.
12:50 a.m. and I'm
Just riffing over
best
here.
takes, man.
He's spitting hard. He's spitting right now.
Yeah,
the flow.
BFR late night is what we get. All right, let's go to Chris next. Thanks, Jack.
Ficky, Dave, Jack, the Bears, baby, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears. We did it. We did it. Oh my God. I was so nervous after the first half, but what a second half. What a crazy, amazing second half. The defense picked it up, stopped them 4 times, and we got them in the end. Oh, take down the Packers. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I love that. That was great. It's like 8 words, but I just love the emotion. Thanks, Chris. Let's go to Ben next.
Hey guys, so it is currently halftime as I'm recording this down 21-3. I mean, that's just the Chicago Bears that we know. I think I said earlier on in my rant that I sent to you guys after week 2 that, I'm never going to see another playoff win in my lifetime. And that's very clearly still going to be the case. Bunch of guys who don't give a shit, bunch of guys who just 11 quivering pussies on the field at all times. And just grateful to be another day closer to death, man. Honestly, who has it better than me? The answer is nobody. Thanks, guys.
Yo, we might need to take that defib fund.
Again.
We need to make sure that defund, the $5 defib fund goes to him because I wonder how Ben's doing. But appreciate
He said,
that.
"Who
Ben.
has it better than me, brother?" You weren't wrong. It's a little early on that one.
That's fair.
100%.
I mean, it's a halftime one, so that's
I hope
definitely
he
fair.
sent another voicemail in after the post game.
Yeah, he sends them in a lot, so hopefully we'll need an update from that. But let's go to the next one, Brock. Don't mind.
I mean, this is the best. This is the best feeling I've had in my entire life. Like, this is the best feeling I've had in my entire life. I was freaking out when we won. I'm at loss of words. We've done it all season, so we shouldn't be surprised. But in the playoffs against the Packers, like, it was just looking like we were screwed like always, like same old, same old. Holy shit, we won. Bear down. Bear the fuck down. Home game next week. Let's go. Let's win a Super Bowl.
Love it.
I love
Thank
it.
you,
Keep
Brock.
it going.
Let's go to Dixon next.
I love it.
Wait, was that it?
That was it.
Just a
We gotta save that one.
just a
Play it
sweet
again.
moan. One more time, Jack, if you don't mind. Yeah, I love it. Just a sweet moan of success. Thanks,
Oh,
Dixon.
dude.
Oh, funny stuff. Let's go to this.
We
Is the
gotta
first.
clip that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. This is the duo, so I think it might be 2 people, like maybe a couple. So Devin and Kendall together. See what this is.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
Short
Oh, I
and
thought
sweet
we were
moan.
getting the full.
I wanted the whole thing. I was about to hop in. Thank you.
I closed my eyes. I was ready to bob my head. Okay.
Oh,
love that.
also, I got to mention this before I lose it. Were you guys like the beginning of the game? If you've been to a Bears game, they do "We Ready" like in the beginning, and how pumped that stadium was, bro. I was ready to run through a fucking brick wall. I don't know about y'all, but I was so hyped at
Dude,
that.
when Prime was showing those like hype videos before the game, I was like, holy shit. Because I was driving to go out at the time and I had it on my phone. I was like, oh my, I wasn't even looking at the road. I was looking at my phone, like driving like this, like a maniac. But yes, that's the end I felt it.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead, suit me up, dude. Like, obviously, I didn't do shit, but I was
Give
like,
me
give
a
me
play.
pads.
Give me a
I'm ready
play.
to.
Ben, please.
Yeah, I'll go out there. Obviously, they probably wouldn't have won with me on the field, but I was ready to go. So, good stuff. Let's go to Mason next.
Holy, oh my God, guys. I got one word for this team, bro, and it's destined. This team is destined to win these games, bro. This is it. This is the Chicago Bears, bro. We could be down 30 points in the fourth quarter and still win the game somehow. I don't know. The Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Iceman. This is my team. I'm so glad to be a Bears fan right now. Let's go get another win. Fuck Green Bay too.
Love that. Appreciate it, Mason.
I love that voicemail. But did we catch the where Ben Johnson said "F the Packers" in the beginning of
it blurs
speech?
it. Yeah, it said it when we showed it,
but he
it
says
blurred
it. How crazy that! And then when you factor in the handshake with Matt LaFleur, I think Ben truly hates Green Bay. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with Matt LaFleur, but that end of the voicemail is like these teams, they hate each other. And finally,
no question.
The Bears, I guess for now, are on top of the in regards to the rivalry. So
yeah, I had someone. I was
think about it.
At the event I was at, or at my friend's crib. They don't really watch sports, which is totally fine. But they're like, "Oh, is this like a big rivalry?" And I was like, "Let me sit you down a little bit." I almost opened up the history books and let's start with chapter 1. I'll tell you all about this this fun rivalry. But we do have a super chat here from Jonathan 69159 on YouTube. $2 said Billings going down was monumental. Thoughts? Yeah, I don't know what his injury is. Concussion, right? You remember?
So it was a hip. He was questionable to return.
Right. Okay.
And he was back, but he was back in the game.
Okay.
So he was back in the game around.
I'm trying to think. He's definitely in the fourth,
third
right?
quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, he came back though, so we'll see.
Positive news. We'll see. See how that goes. Ollie next.
Okay. 25 points in the fourth quarter. What the fuck is up with this team? If we played like how we play in the fourth quarter for the whole game, we would be favorites for the Super Bowl. What happens in the first 3 quarters, I don't know. I had so many things I was going to say about this defense, but they stepped it up in the second half. So I can't. It's 4-5 in the UK. But it was fucking worth it. We're going to the Super Bowl. Let's fucking go.
Love it. First off, BFR is worldwide. We do appreciate that, Ollie. But yeah, like for both of our Patreon members, like Michael and Daniel Jones staying up till like 6 a.m. to watch this. Crazy stuff, man. Dedication. But I'm glad you at least got to see a win. So thank you, Ollie.
Sure.
Let's go to Nerf next.
Bears win, baby. That first half, super ugly. But we were able to come out. We were able to get that second half going, and we were able to win that game. F Green Bay, let's go Bears. We're advancing to the next round. Hopefully we get Philadelphia so we can beat them again. Let's go. Bear down. Good, better, best. Let's do it. Let's go.
Love it, Nerf. Thank you.
I love that one. Kind of sound like Adam Rank there.
A little bit. Could be an alias.
I had to close my eyes like, whoa.
Let's go to Tony. Tony next.
By far one of the most anxiety-driven games of my life. We cannot have another first half like that. Ever. I swear to God. I don't know how we do it. Again, I'm just happy we won. Fuck Green Bay. We're in this. We are in this. Whoever counted us out, we've just proved them wrong. This Bears team's legit. Iceman is clutch. Loveland is clutch. We just need to step it the fuck up for next week's game. Bear the fuck down. Let's go.
Awesome stuff. Also, I just want to say this real quick because we did not really talk about this player at all. Colston Loveland, bro. 8 catches, 137 yards. First time a rookie tight end has gone over 100 yards since 1988 in a playoff game. And the second highest receiving yards in NFL history for a rookie tight end in any playoff game. Crazy stuff. Dude went nuts. So
Colston Loveland, he's 21 years old too, which is nuts. If you think about what he's doing already, and they didn't use him for the first 6 games of the season. And now I think he had 700 plus or over 600 yards. No, he had 700 yards to finish the season, right?
Yeah, he did.
Receiving. And then of course he had over 100 today. Him and Caleb, there was a point in this game where it was like, screw it, I'm throwing. You just knew he was going to Loveland.
Yeah.
He could not be stopped. Loveland is going to be. I thought Rome when we drafted Rome, I was like, this is incredible, right? And when we drafted Loveland, I'll be honest, I think if we go back to the draft pod, we were all like, oh wow, over Warren, I don't think we hated the pick or anything like that. We were just kind of shocked by it.
Yeah.
But the upside, we knew that was there. The fact that he's already eclipsing the upside, I think he's going to be a superstar if he's not already. And if the Bears go on to win a couple more games here and maybe win the whole thing, I think it might be because of how unstoppable Loveland is. Because what he did against the Packers, I was so happy that the Bears won because it's not going to go unnoticed. It's going to be like it was the Loveland game for the most part. He was just incredible. And to do it at this age in year one, where tight ends typically take a couple years to truly develop.
Yeah.
You talk about, Mahomes has his Kelsey. Tom Brady a couple weeks ago called him, Gronk, like a baby Gronk or something like that.
Mini Gronk.
However, Loveland is faster than Kelsey. I think he's just as big as Gronk as far as height. And he's going to put on more weight as the year, as he gets, a few more years in the league. He's incredible, man. Incredible. And it's a damn shame, I guess, we haven't talked about him. That's how crazy this game is.
I mean, this game's been absurd, but I just now realized, I was like, oh, shit. Like, he was easily the player of the game. We talked about it literally in the post game. But, yeah, he did his historic stuff tonight, which is good to see. So, awesome stuff. All right, thanks, Tony. Let's go to Rick next, I think. Is that right, Jack? Yeah, okay.
Guys, that was freaking epic. I cannot believe it. I can't wait to hear what you guys say. Go Bears, bear down. That was how we did that. I have no idea. I needed the defibrillator. Guys, great job. Bear down, guys. Bear down.
Thank you. I definitely jumped in earlier. Those long pauses always get me, but appreciate it. Yeah, we need a lot of defibs for this season. Appreciate that. Let's go to Thomas next.
Holy crap. Wasn't really any doubt, though, especially when they started stopping them on the second half. What a win. Great job by Caleb in that second half, despite the refs not being in our favor. Bear down. What a Saturday for Chicago.
Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. Hall of Fame Patreon member as well. Let's go to Jerome from Darien, another Patreon Hall of Fame Grizzly.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bear down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bear down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's Jerome from Darien. What I told y'all boys last week. I told you then we was beating the pack. We beat the pack. Fuck them boys. We the new kings of this division. Let's go, baby. Good, better, best. Let's get another win next week. And then who knows, baby? We might just get us one. Bear the fuck down.
Love it. Thank you, Jerome. Appreciate that so much. We need you on the Zoom call, man. You always bring the energy. So hopefully you make the next monthly one. But thank you. Excuse me. Let's go to Theo next.
Let's fucking go. Holy shit. I can't believe it, man. Me and my twin brother, we're both from London. We just stayed up till, it's 5 a.m. now. We just stayed up to watch that. That was fucking crazy. Don't have anything insightful to say apart from, fuck yeah, let's go. Bear down. Franchise QB on the way. It's big. Let's go.
I love, obviously you can tell they're international from the accent, but thank you, Theo. But you can always tell too, because they're like whispering because it's like 6 a.m. So
wake up their families or something.
Yeah. So that's hilarious. But thank you, Theo. That's awesome, man. That's 2 new people from the UK. Awesome. Let's go to Michael next.
Guys, they haven't, in my 28 years of life, they haven't won a playoff game since the fucking Jay Cutler era, man. This is the best night of my life, dude. Holy shit, guys. I've been leaving you voicemails all season long. Ups and downs, mainly ups. This is not the same old Bears. We fucking did it, BFR. Let's go, man. Come on. We have so much to improve on, but let's enjoy this. Bear the fuck down, baby.
See, this is why I love winning. Yes, this is why I love winning, because of shit like this. Awesome. Let's go to Owen next.
It's currently 5:20 in the morning in Ireland, and I'm sitting staring at my TV screen, just in the best kind of disbelief. And I keep reminding myself, last year I was sat in disbelief at the Tyreek Stevenson incident on the Hail Mary. This team is just every emotion wrapped up into one. They're incredible, and I love it.
Man, this is awesome. I love this. Some people say,
international,
man. Mr. Worldwide, the Bears Boomer Podcast is absolutely appreciate it. Thank you, Owen. Hopefully, all of y'all are just sleeping peacefully and don't have to wake up for like another 10 hours. So, let's go to. I think this is Eric with an A, I believe.
Woo! Bear the fuck down, baby. The Green Bay Packers said they wanted their get back. The Chicago Bears said, how about you get back on the fucking plane, pack your bags, and head to Cancun? Bear down.
Love that. Love that. Let's go to Steven next.
Can we all take a step back and just appreciate where we are? For all of you who remember the Tom Zach years and the Grossman years and the Orton years and the Haney years and the Cordell Stewart years, take it in, guys. This is awesome. Bear down.
Damn, he was ripping
Love
off
it.
the names there. Gosh,
He was in his bag on that one.
Yeah, thank you for that. We try not to remember those years, but thanks for those. Who is next here? Sorry, I appreciate that, Steven. Let's go to our Hall of Fame Patreon member, Gage.
Okay, I have to admit, up until about halfway through the third quarter, I really thought we were going to lose. I went through like all the stages of grief and then came out the other side, and Caleb Williams did what he does best and give us all heart attacks. I had to get pretty wasted for this one just to survive it. But bear down, boys. Moving on the
I love it. That's why I put his comment up here too. So I'm
Moving
scared
on.
to hear mine. I'm too drunk to even remember what I even
Love
said.
it, Gage.
Yeah, that's
Some of the
awesome.
scaries on a voicemail on a podcast is awesome. That is very, very funny.
That is,
very funny.
I love that. Let's go to Phil next.
You want a fucking voicemail? Here's a fucking voicemail. Fuck you, Green Bay. Suck my goddamn dick. Lick my goddamn nutsack. All of you from Wisconsin. Fuck all of you. Fuck every single person that counts to the general census in fucking Wisconsin. Fuck everybody. I don't care. You're a Bears fan, a Packers fan. Fuck all of you in Wisconsin. Suck my balls. All of you. Let's go.
Jeez, bro, Phil's you just never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Let's not F the
I
Bears
just-
fans in Wisconsin. We like
There's
you
some.
too.
I just wish I could see his emotion when he's like, just he's probably just yelling at his fucking, just shouting at it. Probably jumping on the table.
He said that the
I love it, Phil.
overall consensus of Wisconsin, even if you're a Bears fan. Sorry, that was hilarious. I'm sorry. Okay, well, thank you, Phil. Let's
Phil.
go to Mark. Let's go to Mark next.
Also, like, it's so glorious that we beat the Packers. Like, I am smoking on that Packers pack so hard right now. Like, what? Is Matt LaFleur going to get fired? Like, is he going to get fired? That's crazy if they do. Wow. 31-27, that's insane. Crazy, man. Love this team. Playing with free money for the rest of the playoffs. Let's go.
Love that. First off, that's someone who probably has kids asleep because that man's whispering through that. But at one point, he like stopped whispering and he was like, "Oh, wait, I gotta whisper again." So that was, yeah, I love that. I love watching that in real time. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Let's go to Garrett next.
I'm tired of these heart attacks from these games, man. But this team is different. Caleb is showing that he is the franchise guy. And this game was the exclamation point on that. I'm tired of this defense giving me a heart attack every week, but this team is something special. I don't care who we play next week. That second half showed me that we can compete with any team in the league. Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Appreciate that. You're absolutely right. We have a chance. I think, Dave, you said it, we both said this, but you get into the playoffs, it's anyone's game. But like, also these conferences are wide open. You don't have there's no Chiefs. So that kind of helps. But yeah, thank you, Garrett. Appreciate that. And then the final one here is John. Let's see what we have.
Bear the fuck down, baby. You hear me? Bear the fuck down. I'm sorry for fucking swearing, but I was coming in my room at halftime because I couldn't stand watching it with the other Bears fans in my life. But then I went back into my room, smoked a cigarette, and everything got better from there, baby. Bear the fuck down. I don't care if we're going to the Super Bowl. We beat Green Bay. Green Bay's going home. Bear the fuck down.
I love it, man.
Awesome.
Went into my room, smoked a cigarette, everything got better from there.
Love that. I think this Blex also. I think this was one of the voicemails. Said kids were asleep. I couldn't contain it. Lost my mind. So that's
I
funny.
understand that.
Definitely. And then Gage said in the Discord, which you all should join, free to join, link in the description, that Phil posted the video of the voicemail. So
I had seen it. Yeah, just went in there and took a look at it. I'll have to watch it after.
Okay, bad. Definitely going to check that. And also join the Discord. Like almost 400 people in there. We're giving stuff away. Please do it. It's such a great time in there. But yeah, go ahead, Dave. You had something to say?
No, I love the Discord. There's almost 400 people in there. It's awesome. I got to be a little bit more active there, but when I go in there, it's always love. So
it's good stuff. Yeah, I love it when they, we love the community and you guys drive the conversation. So it's good to kind of like peek in, answer some stuff, and then see where it goes. So we really do appreciate all of you guys kind of running that and holding it down. Okay, we're gonna go to our last time out here, and then we're gonna do our shout outs like we always do, and then we'll actually conclude the show. But again, thank you for the record breaking. Well, 20, I think it would end up being 23s. We got 2 more at the last minute. Voicemails. It's always great to hear y'all. If you want to hear your voicemail on any of our shows, you can leave a voicemail at speakpipe.com/the BFR podcast. Hold your phone like this. It'll record. Once it's done, it gets sent to us, and then we can put it on the show. So I appreciate all the voicemails. Those were awesome, hilarious, funny, great stuff. Now let's get to our final timeout here. All right, we're going to get back to the episode real quick, but I had to take a moment to pause and tell you about something awesome that we have cooking up over here at the BFR Podcast, and that is our Patreon membership. You can join our Patreon, the BFR Den, where we have a bunch of great exclusive stuff that happens monthly, like monthly giveaways, private Zoom calls, mailbag episodes, and much, much more to come. I mean, we've got tons of features in there. We've got 2 tiers. We have our top tier, which is $10 a month, our Hall of Fame tier. What comes with that, which is very exclusive, is our private Zoom calls with our members. So every month, you're going to get a private Zoom call with me, Dave, and Jack, and we just get to talk about whatever, shoot the shit, football, life. It's a wonderful time. And then if you want to go to the lower level, we have our Rookie Grizzly tier, which is $3 a month. And what that includes is like the private Discords, the monthly giveaways, the free merch, all the events if we have coming up, things like that, access to exclusive merch that's only for our Patreon members, and any other cool features. You'll get that at the $3 level tier. And then with the $10 level tier, you will get the private Zoom call as well. Now, you can join for free. We do post our monthly calendars in there, so you can kind of see what we have going on each month. And we post our episodes there as well. So if you want to join that ongoing community, which we keep building up, please do so at the BFR Den on Patreon. Also, as well, we give a shout out to all of our Patreon members every single episode that we do. So if you join, we'll make sure to show you some love on every episode as well. So again, you can join the BFR Den on Patreon at the BFR Den on Patreon. And we just love the support. You guys are great. Shout out to all our Patreon members, and let's get back to the show. That's absolutely right. That last statement, you guys are great. That's what we want to put focus here. But appreciate all of you Patreon members in there. If you want to join the Patreon, it is in the link in the description. So speaking of Patreon, let's go ahead and get to our shout outs here. I want to give a shout out to our Hall of Fame Grizzly members that be holding the den down. Shout to Michael across the pond. I know you're sleeping because it's probably 10 a.m. where you're at. Gage, who's in the chat and sent a voicemail. Phil in the chat sent a voicemail. Shout to Michael, Angie, Ryan, who went to one of the ticket giveaways to the first Packers or the second Packers matchup. Shout to you. Daniel Jones from across the pond. I know you're sleeping. Thomas, thank you for the voicemail. Tito, Dave, Jerome, thank you for the voicemail. And Chris, thank you for the voicemail. Thank you also for holding it down. We really do appreciate all of our Hall of Fame Grizzly members, and we love seeing that list grow. So this has been awesome. But we got to give love to our rookie Grizzlies as well. Alex, Chris, Ethan, Lee, Caleb, Jason, and Megan. Shout out to y'all. We really do appreciate every single one of you. And again, if you want to be fly like both of those Grizzly members, join the Patreon. All the proceeds from the Patreon just goes right back into the show, so we can keep giving y'all fire ass content. So really do want to appreciate that.
I think after all that, we win an hour and 20, guys, and I think we need to talk about Caleb Williams' completion percentage. What do y'all think?
Can we?
I want to dive into some of the analytics about the game. So we'll start in the first quarter, first drive, and we'll
yeah, let's go play by play. All right, let's break that down. I do want to say this though, because we normally talk about like some sort of stats, or at least give Caleb stats, and we didn't. So I just want to get your guys' grade based off of the numbers, okay? Not off feeling, but kind of like when you kind of sit back and go, okay, how did he truly play? Caleb Williams, 24 for 48, exactly 50% completion rate, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He had 300 and what?
361.
How did I not? Whoa. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I looked at the end. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you try to pass it 50 times. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 71.6 rating. How do we feel? I'll start with you, Jack. How do you feel?
Oh, go ahead, Dave. 200 in the fourth. Sorry. I didn't,
no, that's fair. They scored 25.
yards.
I think he had at halftime. I think at halftime he had like 130 or something like that. So it wasn't looking like great.
Anyways, yeah,
361. How would you grade Caleb's performance?
Dude, his first playoff game in an NFL career, and he's throwing 361 in a playoff game against the Packers. You're out of your mind, dude. This guy. This guy's nuts.
Jack's losing his voice.
I'm losing it as we go on. I am.
Yeah,
but,
I love it.
I mean, my God.
I think you're right. But what's also is like he had 2 so he had 0 touchdowns, 0. And he had 2 interceptions. And he comes back, throws 2 touchdowns, obviously. And then I think he had over 200 yards in the fourth. I'm almost positive because at one point he was over I think he was 130, and that was before the final touchdown drive, and then that touchdown to DJ.
I think in the fourth we only ran it twice, the whole quarter. So I'm pretty sure, and one of them was like near the end of the game, but I'm pretty sure that would make sense. Like that aligns. I would not be surprised if it was 200 yards just in the fourth. I mean, you scored 25 points. So
where Ben has this running game, right? Where he has the running game, and he still wants to throw the ball, and he wants Caleb to be.
Well, to be fair, though,
go ahead.
I agree, though. He has confidence in his quarterback. The run game, for some reason, against the Packers. The Packers do not have a great run defense. We have a great run offense. But all 3 matchups, they've held our running backs in check. I don't know what type of tape they have on us, but we cannot run the ball effectively on them. It's weird.
Future head coach Jeff Haley. Hopefully he's out of here. He's impressive. He
really is. He really is. It's annoying.
What were you saying, Jack? You look like he has something important to say.
Since 1991, that is the most passing yards by a rookie in a postseason game.
He's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
Or in his first.
Oh, like a rookie playoff.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
Postseason.
Playoff.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
No,
Brock Purdy wasn't his rookie year when he did do it, but it was 332 was Brock's.
If you're a Packers fan, how sick are you right now? Because guys,
I can tell you I was with one. I can tell you I was with one. He was sick to his mind.
But if the Bears lose this, it hurts, right? I told you it's gonna suck off season. You get bragging rights. The Packers are gonna shit on us like they always do, like same old Bears, blah blah blah. But the Packers, man, they went all in. Like Micah gets hurt. I understand you hate to see that, but it's like they still probably thought they could go on a run. At least they were the way they talked about the Bears, and they said they wanted Chicago in the playoffs, all of this, blah, 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 just to get bounced in the first round.
Well,
and
that's why
I think they have – go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's why there's talks and questions in here about LaFleur. There's been talk – I think LaFleur is still a good coach, but there's been these talks because he's 7th seed every year, and then now you're getting bounced by your rival, which I think on paper they have more injuries. Well, maybe not for this game, but they're probably the better team. Like, in how you lost this game is blowing a fourth quarter lead. I'm just saying it's like I can see why there's all this talk about LaFleur. It really will be interesting because you know how the NFL is. This crazy shit happens all the time. He might get fired.
I hope they fire him or he just moves on. How great would it be to see LaFleur gone? Because I think he's a pretty good offensive mind. But you bring somebody else in, there's an unknown there. And then there's going to be bumps in the road with Jordan Love in year one with that new head coach. If they go OC, there's probably a new game plan, new scheme. Same thing with the Vikings and then Detroit. They fired their OC. Like, give me all the dysfunction in the NFC North. Like, because there's one thing that's consistent right now, and it's going to be Ben and Caleb in this offense, and then a lot of Colston, Loveland, right? So give me the dysfunction is what I'm trying to say in the NFC.
No, I'm with you. Please fire Matt LaFleur. You know how happy I will be.
Yeah.
Brian Flores, get a new head coaching job. Like, yes, get these good coaches out of this division. I will be fine with that. I know people want like the iron sharpens iron, but if you look at Tom Brady and his run, or even Kansas City, their divisions weren't typically good. That helps. That's why the Patriots were the number 1 seed all the time, because they got to play the Jets twice and the Bills before they had Josh Allen. It's like 4 wins right there, and the Dolphins were bad too. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I'm kind of tired of an NFC North that beats each other up throughout the regular season, and then you're kind of limping into the playoffs. So, yes, please. LaFleur is such a bad coach. Please fire him, So, anyways.
Caleb Williams just responded to Lil Wayne. I don't know if you saw Lil Wayne's
the painting nails thing. I saw that.
Yeah, he goes, "We just lost a playoff game." This is Lil Wayne, his tweet right after the game. He goes, "We just lost a playoff game to a purple nails. We freaking suck. Bears are ass. Bears are ass. Oh yeah, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs straight like that." And then Caleb just quotes him. He goes, "The Bears," and he put a snowflake, and then I think it's a Superman. I guess.
Oh yeah, he's called it's
emoji.
Super. Yeah,
and then the Bears. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
It is funny. It is
Caleb,
funny.
He's up right now, 120, just chilling.
Dude, you're going to celebrate tonight.
He's probably just scrolling Twitter. He's like, holy shit, look what I did. I made that throw? It's crazy.
That's actually an interesting thing. You don't really realize the play you make until you get like an actual TV copy of the play. Like that shit.
I guarantee you he's probably laughing at himself. That throw to Rome,
no feet were touching the ground. You're about to get sacked. It's 4th and 8.
There was a comment on YouTube where it said, "Hey, check this out." And I think it was that, like how it looked like the Jordan logo. On
it did. Yeah, I saw that.
How marketing wise, I don't know if Caleb signed with anybody yet, but to sign with Jordan and to have that be like a marketing thing, like that type of throw, I think he's done it quite a bit. Caleb Williams signs with Jordan.
Talked about it. First. He is the facts. I'll take that. He is probably the best thrower of the football on the run, left or right. He makes throws on the run. Sometimes his throws, I think actually after that throw, the next play or the play after that, he was just sitting in the pocket, and I think it was like a dump off to Monangai, and it hits the ground. Yeah, and it hit the ground, and it's like, bro, you just made one of the craziest throws of the year. And then the next play, you're just chilling in the pocket and it gets dirted. So obviously he'll get better with that. I'm not like too concerned, but it's just kind of funny that he literally is elite of elite when he's outside the pocket. It is incredible to watch. So
yeah,
I'm glad he's on our team.
When this season ends, we're going to look back at the Caleb Williams compilation of throws, and just for this season and the playoffs, it's going to be unbelievable. We talk about, remember, like the Justin Fields, like all those crazy runs.
Oh my god,
Caleb awesome. Does that, but with his arm, and there's probably 25 more.
He's had at least
superstar generational.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. He's probably had at least I would like A plus throws. He's had at least like 5 this year. Like we were like, only you can make that throw.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. His arm's insane. The arm talent's unreal. But I guess I want to end this up. We'll get out of here. But do you think is Caleb Williams generational? Like he came to this league, in college, he had that tag. Do you think he's there, or do we still need to see more?
I think you need a longer.
And this isn't a big question, right? This isn't a bigger.
Can he? I think it's more like, can he be? Yes. I just think he needs a longer resume. Right? Because typically when you're generational, it's consistency over a long time. So I would just need to, like, if he starts to do this again next year and then maybe one more year, you start to put him in that conversation. But am I hopeful, or do I have faith or stock in Caleb Williams that he could be that guy? Absolutely. He just needs a longer resume. How about this? How we felt last year versus this year is like night and day to that question. Last year, it's like, man, we just haven't really seen enough. This year, it's like, man, we have seen enough. We just hope it can continue on for years and years and years. So I'm like in the yes camp, but I have to wait till there's, year 5 of Caleb Williams.
I just that because like we're getting to a point where he just makes so many plays where it's like, how? Like who else does this, and I don't know. It's pretty cool to just see a Bears quarterback be able to do things that no other quarterback can do, or maybe very few actually can. And so that generational tag, I know it was like a huge talking point last year when the Bears were obviously a dumpster fire. It was like, they kind of threw it back in Caleb's face, threw it back in everyone else's face. But man, it's fun. If you go on a run here and you win the Super Bowl,
that would definitely help the resume, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be great.
Honestly, Caleb needs to do it because remember his lock screen. How many did he want? More Super Bowls than Tom Brady?
Yeah. Let's work on getting one first.
Take advantage of these playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, like you said, nothing's promised. It's hard to get here. Yeah, give me one first, right? But yeah.
I think it's open though. There's been years where it's like, the Chiefs dynasty when they were rolling.
It's really the Chiefs.
Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's
Chiefs
like I think it's pretty open.
Yeah, I think because last year the Eagles were pretty dominant, so you felt good about them, and they obviously won it. You had the Chiefs on the other side. You had the Ravens.
Who's like a true dominant? The Rams were at one point. The Seahawks, maybe.
Seattle looks really, really good.
And what if we get a Drake May Caleb Super Bowl? It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
Patriots Bears repeat themselves. We'll see.
We know how that worked. Actually, our last Super Bowl was against the Patriots.
I don't know how that worked. I wasn't there, but I know
you weren't there. We stomped them. We can ask what's her name who said on Facebook who was definitely alive during that time. But yeah, overall, I think it's obviously TBD, but I'm feeling like if we're buying stock, I'm definitely holding on to Caleb Williams stock because it's definitely going to rise here soon. We did get one final voicemail here, so I do want to play that, but it was because right here, Kyle on YouTube said the Caleb pass was generational. Play my voice memo and I'll talk about it. Well, thank you. I actually got it up here, so let's play Kyle's real quick if you don't mind, Jack.
The Caleb Williams 4th down roll to the right shot to Odunze. I gotta tell you, that's just about as good as the songs that Dave puts on his Instagram story. I mean, that hits like the pure. I don't know what crack cocaine feels like, but I'm assuming it's like something like that. This healed every traumatic thing from 2010 with Randall Cobb. Bear down.
Oh, he did not bring. Oh, I was at that game. He did not just bring up Randall Cobb, Chris Conti play. Oh my God. Oh,
I gotta say, what a voicemail. That was.
I don't know what
that was really good.
I don't know what crack cocaine feels like, but I'm sure it's something like this. Yeah, we'll just take your word for it. Please don't be doing crack cocaine. So, but yeah, it's probably pretty close. It's probably.
I will. And shout out to him. My IG, I work really hard on my song selections, way too hard. And it could just be me throwing up a tweet of mine. I'm just like, what can I put on here? I love music, and I know you do as well, Fick. So I'm glad somebody noticed that.
No, that's good.
It's the little things in life, man.
Make sure to follow us on IG too, as well. So because we do giveaways on there as well. So make sure to do that. And we have some fire content. So I really do appreciate that. Okay, boys. We've gone 90 minutes, a little longer than normal, but I just want to say why we did is because obviously this is a historic fucking game. And also we have 6,000 people, 6,000 people in here. So shout out to all of y'all. You guys are really awesome. Again, this is the Bears Film Room Podcast, the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Dave, Jack, and I are fans like y'all. You know, we get excited. You can see my live reaction of the game afterwards. I was a psycho, but we go through the ups and downs just like y'all, and we're trying to build a community of like fans and put you guys forward. That's why we have voicemails and things like that. So just we really, really, really want to say thank you for the growth of this season, for being along for the ride, whether you're day one or this is your first episode. We really do want to thank y'all from the bottom of our heart. And then also, like we said, I think Dave's doing a jersey giveaway right now. I'm doing a giveaway. Follow us because we love giving back to the community. Join the Discord. We do a bunch of giveaways and there's fire people in there. And if you really want to be a part of an exclusive group, you can join our Patreon because we got a lot of cool stuff in there as well. So I think that's about
keep an eye out for those tickets, playoff tickets for next weekend. We're going to work on getting those. So follow us on socials to stay up to date on that. Fick, you got anything else?
Yeah, I totally forgot to give a shout out to our OG members. So that is like a thing we always do. All right, so let's go through those things.
Knock it out.
Yeah. We got Isaac Everett with the hashtag OG. We actually have the best team in the whole freaking NFC, man. What a game. Green Bay can't say nothing anymore. This is a history-changing win and ends every single narrative about us versus Green Bay. Love that, Isaac. Thank you. We got John here sending a voicemail with a hashtag OG. I knew they would do it. Had to start watching the game by myself at halftime because of all the negativity. Good move, John. You got Eater Scott, hashtag OG. I can't believe what I watched, right there with you. We got Michael Berry, Hall of Fame Grizzly member. Shout out to you, Michael. Said hashtag OG. This was the best win this season yet. How sweet it is. Our turn now for the next 40 years to own this rivalry. Love that. Domain expansion. Thank you for the super chat with the hashtag OG. Loveland had me bearing down my leg. That will never get old. That is hilarious. We got Axe on YouTube with the hashtag OG Let's Go Bears. We have Lefty on YouTube, Lefty4666 with the hashtag OG Bears. First half MVP, the wind. Love that. Yeah, because that actually we didn't talk about that. That missed field goal at halftime really kind of helped the game. Dennis 108X said hashtag OG Dennis. I'm assuming that's Dennis Allen's burner, so appreciate that. We got Michael, who was up for this podcast. Bro, go to bed. From the UK with the hashtag OG, and our Hall of Fame Grizzly member said, bear down, almost had a heart attack, but Bears get it done. Love that. And then we got John again. He said, this is America's new Pearl Harbor. That's referring to the last time we beat the Bears. I mean, we beat the Packers, which was, I think, on Pearl Harbor. Crazy stuff. But Kyler Villagomez with a hashtag OG, bear down, witnessed my first playoff victory, hashtag FGB, grade that cheese. I pray we go to the Super Bowl, and I hope I win the Ficky's jersey giveaway. Good luck, Kyler. We got Thomas Whitty, who's our Hall of Fame Patreon member, with the hashtag bear down. What a Saturday for Chicago sports. Big win and big signing by the Cubs. Dave, I think you tweeted that. Crazy. What, they got Breggerman, the third baseman, and this news broke in the most pivotal moment of a Bears game, which is crazy. Anyways, Jerome from Darien with the hashtag OG. I told you boys last week we were beating the Packers. You were absolutely right, Jerome. We got Mr. James in here, said the hashtag OG, the Iceman cometh. He also taketh as well. We got Imperil 34 on YouTube with the hashtag OG. Packers players talked all that shit to lose. Like Caleb said post-game, they wanted the Bears. They got them. Love that. We got Gage, Hall of Fame Grizzly member as well with the hashtag OG. Drunk and happy. Go Bears. Go Indiana. That's right. We got EMRC on Twitter with new face here. Love the pod, guys. Appreciate that, EMRC. Welcome to the Bears Film Podcast. No more show for the fans, by the fans. We're glad you're here. We got Lesus 1979 on YouTube with the hashtag OG. On to the next round. Damn straight. We got Chris, who's a Hall of Fame Grizzly member, a new one, so appreciate you, Chris. Hashtag OG, bear down, baby. You are all the best. 145 here. No sleep till after BFR. Absolutely. Eater Scott again with, I've been holding off getting the jersey for the last 3 years to make sure the guys would be on the team in 3 years. Understand that pain. I think I'm going to get Loveland because that guy is an absolute star. Hashtag OG. And you are correct, Eater. MCM Hero on YouTube with the hashtag OG. This game was wild. We showed the world who the Bears are. Absolutely. And then Plastic Rockets with the hashtag OG. Bear down. What a time to be a Bears fan. Let's go. Absolutely. That is fire. Woo. Ran through those. I love those. All those OGs. New face in here as well. We appreciate that. Again, we love seeing how you guys feel about this game. What a historic, heart attack, anxiety-filled game. Like, just fantastic from beginning to end, just like this show. So, any final words, boys?
We got a playoff game to cover. We'll be back Saturday morning to go ahead and preview whoever the Bears play. Again, before you head out of here.
Sorry, do we know?
We do not know.
Okay, fair enough.
No, we got to finish.
Not who we play, but like the timing. They don't even know the slot. Do you know?
I don't think
so.
No, I haven't looked. I doubt it.
Yeah, that's fair.
They probably want to take a chance and moving those around depending on the matchup. So
that's a good point.
But we'll be back early, or actually we'll be back next week to go ahead and just recap or to preview the Bears' divisional opponent that will play. So, and it's at home. This is why you play. This is why you play the starters. Number 2 seed. Get you a second home game in Chicago, and you saw how insane that crowd was. So that's all I got, boys. Almost an hour and 40 minutes. What a first playoff pod reaction. I think it went really well. So
I think so. Fantastic. This was awesome. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I see playoff beard, Dave. I don't think that's happening. We'll see.
No, don't do anything with the beard because we just won, so we don't want to throw off anything.
It's true.
You had to start it before.
Any coops.
So. Yep. David, I'm not Dave. Sorry, looking at you, Jack. Any final words, or if you can even speak?
Bear down.
Bear down. Love it. Jack is exhausted. Good stuff, everyone. All right, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Absolutely. Bear down.